Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, as you can tell, I am back on the couch for another weekly movie review. This week, I ended up, I've seen a bunch of movies recently, so I figured this week I would do a double feature since I saw two flicks that kind of fall into the comedy but slightly rom-commy type of category, if you will. So, first flick, which is incredible that we're even putting it in this category, and it really shows how much the genre has changed through this generation. First one I'm talking about is American Reunion, which is the latest installment in the American Pie franchise. So really, this is the full circle, if you will, bringing back really the entire original cast from American Pie, which they hadn't done yet. Each one of the subsequent films after American Pie, certain characters were missing. And this was the first time they got everybody back together. And they really did bring back everybody, from the MILF guys to Shermanator to, literally every single one of the characters. At least from what I can remember, which may be something slipping my mind, but then again, if it is, really shows that it wasn't that important. So, basic breakdown. Well, first off, like I said, it stars all the normal people from Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan, Chris Klein, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Tara Reid, Sean William Scott, Manda Subari, Eddie K. Thomas, John Cho, MILF, Jennifer Coolidge, Eugene Levy, and my very, very personal favorite addition to the movie, Dania Ramirez. Oh, she's gorgeous. She is Dominican Republican, and oh wow, she is banging. Like, wow. Wow. She's pretty much creeping up onto my top 5 most beautiful list. She's getting there. She's actually going to be in the new Joseph Gordon-Levitt flick coming out. I think it's a Premium Rush, Adrenaline, or something like that, coming out. She's going to be in that as well. But basic storyline is everybody's grown up, either married or has kids, or is in some state of middle America, if you will, some state of wherever you are in your 30s, kind of figuring out where you are after college, family, whatever. So apparently they missed a 10-year high school reunion, but they're having a 13th high school reunion, so everybody decides they're going to go. Everybody gets together, whatever. Wow, seems like every time I do a video, Bella wants to be in it. You love being in these videos, don't you, sweetheart? You do. So, anyway, everybody's back in town for the reunion. And after a couple surprise people, I guess you could say, the entire gang gets back together. And really, it's just standard formulaic whatever. I can't even really say that it's a gross out comedy anymore, which really shows how much the genre has changed. Because when American Pie 1 came out, it really was the new standard for gross out comedy, between the pale ale and Jim literally hopping on a pie, to him popping twice with Nadia, to all kinds of stuff. So where it's gone now really is a pretty formulaic rom-com. And it's got all the standard, antics of Stifler being over the top, of, the family life of Jim and Allison. Well, actually, that's funny because I just called one of them by their character name and one by their real name. It shows I don't remember what Allison Hennigan's name is in the movie. That's sad, and I just got done watching it. But it breaks down each one of the groups, and it's so formulaic. Not saying that the original American Pie wasn't, but this just, oh my God, it is. You have the young punks that they have to set straight. You have the rekindled, feelings between this and this. Really, there wasn't even anything like that gross out about it. Sans Stifler and a water and a beer cooler. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into that anymore. Then, of course, you have the type of setups that can only happen in rom-coms where the one character trying to be a good guy and take home his neighbor ends up getting in all kinds of trouble with his wife after there's some thought oral sex happening, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I saw it simply because I've seen all of the other main releases. I haven't seen those American Pie, Beta House, or Naked Mile. I haven't seen any of those, but the regular releases I have seen, and I gotta say this was probably the worst. Well, I don't know. I mean, there were some funny lines. Most of them, again, coming from Eugene Levy, who plays Jim's dad. Um, those were by far the best. I think the best of the entire series was the back and forth between Jason Biggs and Eugene Levy. I've always thought that that was the best dialogue because it was always so uncomfortable, and it just made you feel just yucky. So that's probably still the best part of it, and I can't really say that that makes it a good movie. At the end of the day, would I recommend you seeing it? I can't say that I would. I'm giving it 2.5 stars. So in my opinion, it's kind of a bad movie. I mean, it's not straight up bad, but it's below average, definitely. But then again, if you've seen the other ones, you'll probably want to see this one just cause to finish it off, if you're like me at least. So I guess if you've seen the other ones and you aren't expecting more than the other ones, spend the dollar. It is what it is. But if you haven't seen the other ones, there's no point in starting with this one at all. Believe me. So, with that knocked out of the way, we then get to a movie that I liked at least a little bit more. And that is called Friends with Kids. This is starring Adam Scott, probably best known as being the older brother, or, I'm sorry, the younger brother in Step Brothers. Jennifer Westfeldt, who I did not know. John Hamm of obviously Mad Men fame. Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, Chris O'Dowd, as well as Megan Fox and Edward Burns. So really, it's got pretty much the same cast from Bridesmaids with a few other people added to it. And well, the basic setup, if you haven't seen the previews, the basic setup is, oh, that just scared me. Wow, you're creeping, aren't you? You're a crazy little girl. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. But the basic setup of the movie is this group of friends, which consists of 3 couples, and then Adam Scott and Jennifer Westfeldt. I'm sorry, no, 2 couples. That's Maya Rudolph and Chris O'Dowd and Kristen Wiig and John Hamm, who I'm pretty much just decided that in real life John Hamm just has to be an asshole because I haven't seen Mad Men, but pretty much everything else I've ever seen him in, he just plays a dick. So I guess he probably is in real life. Also, Kristen Wiig, I've never been a fan of her. I don't find her very funny. I don't find her brand of humor very funny. So that pairing in itself, in my opinion, left a lot to be desired. Plus, they make them be the couple that you dislike the most. So that makes it a little more difficult to like them. Maya Rudolph, I don't mind. And Chris O'Dowd, I actually think is kind of funny. So I didn't think that was bad. But anyway, the 2 couples, married, kids, whatever, through some random drunken conversations, best friends, played by Adam Scott and Jennifer Westfeldt, decide that rather than get married and have children, which takes out all the romance of their marriage from what they see, they would rather simply have a child together and split the parenting, but not have to worry about the emotional baggage or, potential hatred for each other or lack of sex or any of the other things that, from their opinion, all happen once you get married. So, because they've been best friends for so long and haven't really ever been sexually attracted towards each other, they figure, you know what, why not? Well, of course, because this sounds like an awesome idea from the beginning, things go south. And feelings get developed from one side, and then they end, and then the feelings turn into feelings for somebody else. And then next thing you know, both of them are in relationships. Adam Scott with Megan Fox, and Jennifer Westfeldt with Ed Burns. Um, and then that was really when the fun starts, I guess you could say. One of the bigger parts of the movie is when they all go out on vacation together, up snowboarding or whatever, and that transitions into really the meat of the movie, um, which of course sets up the big fight. Because why wouldn't it? And yeah, so I'm not going to give away how the movie ends, but if you have a mind that works in any sense of the word and you've seen any rom-coms before, you know how it's going to end. Sorry to say it. And it's not even like I'm spoiler alerting it. You see it coming from a mile away. There was some really funny dialogue in it, and I did find myself laughing a decent amount. Um, but it was so formulaic and so almost paint by numbers to me. While it did get some chuckles out of me, more so than the American Reunion did, it didn't really. I can't say that it was a good movie, to be quite honest. So I thought it could have been better if they hadn't have taken a cop out. I almost said scapegoat. I'm sorry, I almost said scape out instead of a cop out and scapegoat. Um, but if they hadn't done this cop out type of ending to it, and the dialogue of how the movie ends, I just was speaking about this with one of my friends, and I was blown away by the how they actually ended the movie on this line that was said. It was so corny to me, honestly. And while I did think that Adam Scott and Julie Westfeldt did a good job of giving their characters a decent arc to them, and setting you up for what's going to happen, I still thought that it was so formulaic that it just never got there. Even though that kind of annoyed me, because I thought that it was an interesting concept. I thought it was something that you actually could look at and say, that's interesting. I'm curious, if that could really work. And it just ended up falling into just the, like I said, paint by numbers rom-com. So at the end of the day, got to give it a rating, and I'm giving it 3 stars. So very average movie, below what I consider most movies to be, but very average. I have heard some decent things about it. I spoke with one of my really good friends, and she really liked it. She thought it was really funny. So maybe it's because I become so calloused to rom-coms these days that I just didn't like it. But I don't know, maybe you will. So I can't really recommend you to go check it out, but it is better than some drivel that's out there in Redbox. But I can't say that it's a good movie. I can't really even say that I'm glad I saw it. The laughs that were in there, I don't really feel were enough to justify spending the time on the movie. So, end of the day, 2 losers in my book. I wouldn't really recommend seeing either one, like I said, unless you've already invested, so much time into American Pie, you just can't live or sleep at night without finding out how it ends. Then I guess check it out. But other than that, I really don't think that these are worth wasting your time on. So let me know what you guys think. Am I totally off base? Was this the best American Pie of the franchise? And was Friends with Kids incredible? If it was, tell me why. I love hearing other people's opinions. That's why I do this. So let me know what you guys think about both reviews and about both movies. And hey, maybe we can get a good discussion going. So as always, I am Matthew Maley. This is MatthewMaley.com. This is The Couch. And that was just another weekly movie review with yours truly. So as always, you can check out the rest of my videos on MatthewMaley.com. Check everything out in the 2012 video blog tab. That is all my current videos, as well as my previous video blog tab, which has everything from 2010 and 2011. You can also check me out directly on Facebook. Search for Matthew Maley Poker. I put all my videos up on there, so you can like and comment on them directly. You can also check me out on YouTube. Search for Matthew Maley Poker as well. You can subscribe to my channel so you can get first and foremost on all my videos. You can like the videos, you can comment on them, all kinds of stuff. And you can also follow your boy on Twitter. I am at Matthew Maley. So as always, follow me on there. I do post up the videos on there as well, but so many things get posted, sometimes it's more difficult to find them. So, but you can follow your boy. I'm always tweeting all kinds of stuff. So until the next video, I'm officially signing off. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and peace out, y'all.